guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new to my channel then welcome to my channel. Today's look is the first kind of prom makeup installment. I went for a rose gold winged look, super highlighted skin, kind of more of a blush focus than a bronze focus, but it's still all very bronzy and glowy and just like a look that I love. Hopefully I've explained it and I've kind of done it in a step-by-step, so if you're doing it yourself, hopefully you find this really helpful. Definitely tag me if you recreate this look, and obviously I'm not doing like a full outfit get ready with me because I'm not actually going to prom, but I put some super blingy hoops in, as you would have seen in the intro, so I've left a link to them down below. I'm obsessed with these. But yes, if you like the look of this makeup look, then definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up and please keep watching. Alright everyone, so I did one eye because I was trying to save time and I actually didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want it to be exactly the same as my wedding get ready with me, and if you haven't seen that, thank you so much for all the love on that, and I'll probably have like linked it somewhere. But I am going to go ahead and prime my eyes. Obviously if you're doing your makeup for yourself for prom, you definitely want to get an eye primer. It makes your eye makeup last so much longer and apply so much better, and this is one of my favourite ones. This is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Creme de Nude. It's literally just a pale yellow shade, which I find if you've got fair skin is a really nice base for your eyeshadow because it just blocks out any colour. It's super full coverage. They do one in Creme de Rose as well, which I think is perfect if you've got slightly more tan skin. And I think they do some others, but MAC also do some good ones. Can't remember what it's called now, taking me back to my MAC days. Like groundwork or something, I don't know, but they do a lot more like tanned colours if you have slightly darker skin. If you just want like a matte eyeshadow base like this, like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set that with powder, and I'm just gonna use the powder that I'm planning to use on my face, which surprisingly isn't Laura Mercier today. It is the Benefit Porefessional Mattifying Primer. Amy raves about this and I was gifted it and I was told it's like just as good as the Laura one, so I'm going to try it out today. And so far in terms of setting my eyeshadow, it's working quite well. What are the odds? Okay. For the eyes today, I'm going to take the Morphe Bronzed Mocha eyeshadow palette. Pretty sure this has been out of stock, or it was supposedly limited edition, but it's actually coming back in stock today. Like, I didn't even realise. I knew I wanted to use it and then I saw on their Instagram that it was back in stock today, so I think I actually ordered mine directly from their website and I can't remember there being problems with shipping, so defo check that out if you like kind of slightly pinkier browns and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and I don't know if I said, but the colour I'm going to use is this one. I'm going to buff that into the crease using my MAC 224. I freaking love this brush. It's got such like firm bristles and I feel like it just blends everything. I have like so many of these and I use them all for different things, like really good for highlighting as well. Fuck. Use yourself as a napkin. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to take is this one here and just use that to further deepen the crease. I don't want this look to end up being too dark because I feel like you can get quite carried away and you don't want to look like you've been punched in the eye at your prom. I'm just going to use circular motions of this in. Okay, so many of you keep saying that I look like Hannah from 13 Reasons Why, and I showed my friends and they all were like, no. But so many of you keep saying it, and then I posted on Twitter and like everyone on Twitter was like, no, I don't see it either. So maybe it's just in videos or something. But she does have brown hair, so maybe if I had brown hair, but I don't personally see it either. But just gonna buff that in so it's nice and soft. Now we're going to move on to the lid colour, and I'm feeling very MAC today. I don't know why. When it comes to DIY prom makeup, I always think, because I don't know if it's because I used to work at MAC, everyone just always wants to get their makeup done at MAC for prom, and it always gets so kind of like booked up really quickly. I remember when I used to work there, we'd get prom bookings in like January. Wanting to reserve to get their makeup done. So I thought, why not use a few like MAC products if that's still like the case, and then you can just go in and buy it for yourself. So I am going to be taking the NYX Mixing Medium, and I'm just going to place it on the back of my hand and then place that onto my eyelid, just so the pigments have something to stick to and they come out a lot more kind of pigmented and they don't transfer or fall down or anything like that. So the first one I'm going to be taking is the colour Naked. I freaking love this pigment. It's absolutely stunning. I feel like it looks absolutely gorgeous on events like this and like for brides especially. It's not matte, but it's just like satin. It's not super sparkly, but it does have a little bit of sparkle to it, but it's not like as sparkly as some of their other ones, so it's so pretty. And I'm just going to concentrate that on the like innermost part and take it kind of like a third of the way across, like so. And then the second pigment I'm going to take is tan, and I used to recommend this pigment to anyone with like green or brown eyes. I think it's stunning. It's like a rose goldy, mauvey, I don't know what kind of colour, but it works so well with these crease colours, and I'm using that as almost like a shimmery transition from the naked pigment into the crease colours, just as like a little bit of extra sparkle on the lid. You could have this all over your lid if you wanted something slightly darker, but I think it looks so pretty just like in the middle. Girl, yes. And then finally, I'm just going to take this pinky dark brown to kind of tie everything together and just give the outer corner like a bit of depth. Just kind of buff that in on like literally the outermost part in like inwards motions. Just lightly up into the crease. You guys know I just like to go back in with my previous brushes, make sure everything is blended together. Yes! One more MAC pigment we're going to take, and that is Vanilla Pigment from MAC, and that is because it is one of the most gorge inner corner highlights ever. It really pops, really opens up your eye. It's a very like golden white, which I really like. So I'm just going to take some of that mixing medium in my inner corner, and then this teeny pencil brush from Zoeva, literally perfect for inner corners, and just place that on the top. Like so. It doesn't matter if you get fallout underneath. That's a good thing about doing your eyes first, because then you can just wipe it all away, as you guys know I love to do. Which is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to wipe away because I don't want to add any more crease colours or anything. If you want it to be even darker, go ahead. If you want it to be more dramatic, go ahead. I'm just throwing brushes everywhere right now. So I'm just going to wipe it away, and I want it to be winged out, so I kind of wipe towards where I feel like the end of my brow is going to be, because it's not there right now. Please leave a message. I was going to add glitter on the top, but then I thought that's quite similar to the look that I did previously. But don't feel limited. Add as much glitter as you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and do winged eyeliner, and for that I'm going to use the Retro Black Fluid Line pen from MAC. Now, I really like this for events because it's based off their like fluid line, which is Black Track. I don't know if you like their gel liner pot, but it's like a liquid liner pen, so the formula of it lasts just like a gel, but it's in a really long defined pen. So I really like this, so I'm just going to go ahead and you can see I've kept it really thin. I really kind of just wanted a thin liner today. I don't know what it was. I thought I normally do thick, I want to do thin. And also I've got really like fluffy, wispy lashes, and I really want them to like show. So I don't want any like thick eyeliner to take away from that. So I'm just going to start on the inner corner, and the tip of this makes it super easy to get like a defined line. But I always like to use like the sides of these pens. I feel like it's how you get the most pigmentation. And normally I would say you get thicker as you go like out, but today because I want it to be really thin, I'm kind of keeping it the same all the way across like that. And then you can use the base of the eyeshadow helps you to then do your eyeliner. I can never get the words right on how to describe that, but it gives you a really good base is what I'm trying to say. And the good thing about doing your eyes first as well means that you can kind of make the base of the eyeliner really messy, because then you can just use your wipe underneath to make it super sharp, which is what I always like to do. How are you feeling about this thin liner, guys? I quite like it, Now I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara, and I'm going to use my Maybelline The Falsies Angel Push Up Mascara. This is like my fave ever. So I've applied my mascara, and now I'm going to apply my lashes, and these are the Peaches Makeup Lashes in the style 18. Look at them, guys. They are so wispy and full and just, I love them. So these are the eyes before, and I'm now just going to go ahead and apply them, and I'll be back. So these are the eyes with the lashes. They were like the easiest lashes to put on. The lash band is so thin, so if you're looking to get lashes for prom and you're not 100% confident, definitely get ones with a super thin lash bands, and these ones are actually clear, so they're gonna look super natural. I feel like a Kardashian with these lashes this big. Love it. So now I'm gonna move on to the skin. So to begin, I'm gonna moisturize using the new Urban Decay Hot Springs Moisturizer. Loads of you asked asked me how this is or to kind of try it out, so I thought I would try it out in a video. I've used it underneath my makeup a few times recently, and it's literally, you know, I rave about that Bliss moisturizer. It feels slightly thicker than that, but I get the same sort of results in the sense that it's super like wet to skin. And oh, by the way, how gorgeous are my nails? Lauren Elizabeth Beauty. It's an OPI gel called like Rewinkle or something. I love this colour. Anyway, back onto the moisturiser. It literally leaves my skin feeling like a baby's buttocks. It's so soft, super intense moisture. So I've been loving it so far, and I've also been wearing the lip balm that came with it as well, which is really good. It's like coconut oil infused, and anything with coconut oil infused means it's going to be super good for your skin. Speaking of which, moving on to primer, I'm going to take the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer, just because I haven't actually used this in a tutorial yet, and I know there's quite a big hype around the Marc Jacobs Coconut line. I think Hannah, as in Hannah Renee, if you don't know her, I'm sure you do, she actually, I think, reviewed them, so head over to her channel to check out the review on this. But I am just going to apply this. The one thing I noticed, I just kind of went the first time I used it, and it literally just went like everywhere. So keep it close to your skin, and it comes out quite quickly, so be careful. But just a few drops of this without it looking concerning. I'm just gonna buff that into the skin. It smells so good, really good. And I found using these two at the moment is really a nice combination on my skin. Everything feels very soft, very hydrated, and then like my foundation and stuff just goes on really effortlessly on the top. And also I did, before I even wanted to use the primer, I wanted to use the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, and I feel like using a primer and a foundation from the same brand normally are like designed to go together and work well together. So I thought I'd test them out for you. But if you notice, I have tried to mix it up with the products in the sense that on the eyes, everything is quite affordable. I feel like you can do a really amazing eye look without having to spend a lot of money on that. But with skin, and if you want it to last a long time, that's where I would invest most of my money, in my skincare and like the face products that I'm using. But there are some drugstore products here as well on the skin, because I mean, they do still do good ones. Some of my favourite products are from the drugstore, but if you're suddenly thinking it's about to splurge and stuff, don't worry, I got a mix. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation in the shade Golden Beige. I did have a different one of this, and I love this foundation. It's very, very full. Okay, like the fullest fullest coverage foundation I've ever used. It looks like this. It comes with like a little dropper thing. So I literally just do like, and that's all you need. And I am going to use a damp beauty blender to apply this on the top. Just going to need a little bit on the forehead. Thank you. Again, just using my sponge to blend this in. Got to make sure you get your ears. I feel like foundation, I could just sit here and dab all day. Okay, so like I said, for concealer, I'm going to be using two. The first one I'm going to be using is from Beauty Pie. It is their Super Luminous Concealer, and it's got a really nice little sponge applicator at the top. And this is in the shade Light, I think. And I'm kind of using this as like the base concealer because it's quite close to my natural skin colour, and it has a slightly peachier undertone. Amazing at cancelling out dark under eye circles, anything with a slightly pinkier base. So this is kind of going to be doing my concealing for me. Like, this is why I'm using this concealer. This is what I'm going to be using for the coverage, to get rid of any dark under eye circles or anything like that. And then just using the other end of my beauty blender just to press and blend that in. But I really love the finish of this. It's not a matte finish. It says super luminous. I wouldn't say it's super luminous, but I definitely feel like it's not going to crease or cake, which I mean, I feel like that means it's quite hydrating underneath your eyes. It's not very drying at all, which is exactly what you'll be looking for doing your own prom makeup. You don't want creased under eyes. So as you can see, that's kind of concealed any darkness that I might have had. But now I'm going to take the Maybelline Brightening Creamy Concealer pencil thing, and I'm just going to use this in a few stripes to brighten underneath my eye. And on my chin, down my nose. Noise. It's because me and my friends are always like, no. And I'm just going to use the sponge again to blend that in. Alright. Yay! Okay, and now if that's all the cream products that you plan to use. If you have slightly oilier skin and stuff, then go ahead and set it with powder now. But I am going to use a cream bronzer, and this is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Cushion de Soleil. Because I wanted like bronzed, luminous-y type skin with this look, and I didn't want to be using powders and stuff to achieve that. So I'm just going to take a dual fibre brush and kind of like dab it onto the cushion. And just apply that to my cheeks. Just because I, one, didn't want this look to be too heavy, and three, I kind of actually wanted to focus more on blush today. If you want me to do a super bronzed prom look, then let me know. I do plan to do a cool tone look. My honey's wearing black or silver, but I just, yeah, wanted like a soft bronzed, well, slightly bronzed look. So I want to do that with creams, and this bronzer is really pretty, and it's from L'Oreal, like so. And the final cream product that I'm just going to use is some of the Marc Jacobs Dew Drops. Oh Lord, I mean, I know loads of companies do ones like this, so don't feel like you have to get Marc Jacobs everything, but I just have wanted to try these for ages. I got them recently and I haven't had a chance to wear it, so I just wanted to include it in a dewy skin prom look, obviously. So I'm just going to apply this to the tops of my cheekbones. I am going to put a powder highlight on the top, so it's going to be super intense, I think. But yeah, I'm just going to apply that to the tops of my cheekbones, above my brow bone, between my brows, because my friend Amber told me that it's actually really pretty in pictures if you've got quite a highlighted, like, centre of the face going on. So then I cue his row, and then down the bridge of my nose. This smells phenomenal. I'm now just going to take my finger and pat that in. Work it with the fingers. So pretty. Yay! Okay, now I'm going to take the Porefessional Shine Vanishing Pro Powder from Benefit. I'm just going to kind of lightly dust this on the areas that I don't want to be super, or like that I know my makeup doesn't last as long with them, so like around my nose and stuff, because I don't want it to like mattify all of my skin. I don't want to drastically bake with it, so I'm just going to lightly dust. And like, yeah, around my nose and my chin area. I don't know what to do next. I don't know whether to go back to my eyes and finish off my eyes and like my brows and stuff, or like my skin. I think I'm going to go back and finish off the eyes. Wow, okay, so I've just been sat here filling in my brow and I hadn't even pressed record. Basically, I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and I was saying how I like to trace the bottom of my brow and then the top half and then kind of connect it all and fill it in. And now I've just been really loving brow pencils at the moment. I think they're super easy and quick to use. And then when I get to the front, I just like to draw myself a little bit of a base. And then from the base, feather up. Like so. Now for the eyes, I didn't want to do anything too dark underneath. But I am going to put something in my waterline. And this is like my new favourite highliner from Marc Jacobs like ever. I know this feels very Marc Jacobsy, but I feel like these are actually only £20. The skincare, yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but these, oh my god, they do so many amazing colours. This is in the colour Sunset. Ooh, literally, I love this. I'm gonna wear it like every day. It's just like the perfect golden colour in my waterline. It's just gonna warm up the look kind of slightly in like a subtle way. You have to bear with me. After I apply stuff in my waterline, my eyes just go so bloodshot. Then just to kind of like blend that in, I'm going to take the initial crease colour that we used, which is literally like a really soft warm brown, and just run that underneath. And then we just can apply some mascara. This one is particularly good on the bottom lashes, I feel, just because of the brush. So I feel like these are the finished eyes. So moving back onto the skin, I'm not going to use like a bronzer, but I am going to take MAC Global Glow Mineralized Skin Finish. I feel like I can't complete any like event, dewy skin, fresh skin makeup look without this. I wear this, I think, pretty much every day. I feel like it just adds the most gorgeous glow to your skin if you have a slightly more fairer to medium skin tone. And it's just like such a soft golden bronze. But yeah, like I said, that's all I'm going to do for bronzer. For blusher, I'm going to take Laura Geller Tropical Hues, which looks like this. It kind of has like an array of colours running through it, and it's a very like rose gold blusher. I'm just going to concentrate that on the apples of my cheeks. I feel like with prom, you want to look youthful and pretty, and a really nice kind of like warm tone blusher I feel is like perfect for that. Now onto highlighter. I'm going to use the Jeffree Star and Manny MUA collab in Eclipse. Yes, honey. If you guys saw me like swatching and playing around with this on my Snapchat or Instagram stories yesterday, you'll see this motherfucker is pigmented. And I can't find my brush. There it is. So like I said, I like to use a MAC 224. And I'm just going to place this basically on top of where we placed that coconut dewdrops highlighter earlier. I do like to take it up a bit, and then I always like to just kind of press it back into the skin when I apply it up there. Oh my god, so pretty. And this brush works really well with it. Because if you've bought a Jeffree Star skin finish, you know they're quite like a creamy formula, and it almost needs to be like pressed and blended into the skin, and I find a MAC 224 does that really well. So maybe if you've had issues with them in the past and you're skeptical about buying another one, try with this brush. It works really well. But I'm just going to place it down the bridge of my nose. Keep it full. Obsessed. So for lips, I wanted to do something slightly rosier, goldier, and pinkier and peachier. So I'm going to use the Racy Reveal Matte Lipstick from Buxom. Really gorgeous, soft pink. The formula of these is so like creamy, and they smell so good. All Buxom lip products smell really young. So you could just leave it there, but this gloss is actually screaming my name. It is the Buxom Full On Lip Polish in the colour Katie. Literally, look at it. It is the most gorgeous, pearly, peachy, pinky shade. I am so excited to put this on. So pretty. Oh my god. And last but not least, we're going to set everything in place, and I'm going to use the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. Now you want to 100% make sure you shake this before you use it, otherwise you're going to get speckles on your face. And that's because this actually contains like golden champagne particles. It's like the only one of its kind. I had a meeting with the PR people that represent Cover FX, and they were telling me that it literally illuminates your skin. Like, it's absolutely stunning, but then also sets it all in place. So I was like, oh my god, give it. So shake it and then give it a spritz. So this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm not going to prom, so I thought I'd put some blingy hoop earrings in just to kind of complement the look and just tie my hair back. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a prom hair tutorial, like 3 kind of easy DIY prom hair tutorials. I would love to do that for you. Obviously, I plan to do a lot more prom looks in the future, so stay tuned for those. Yeah, I literally love this look. I think it's stunning. It's just a really gorgeous rose goldy glowy look, so perfect for anything. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful if you're doing your own prom makeup. Definitely tag me if you recreate this look, and make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!